here it is.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
In 38 years, we've never had anything like that.
It is all hands on deck tonight for the Missoula County Sheriff's Department as that severe thunderstorm had its way with western Montana tonight. It knocked out power, ripped up trees, filled the skies with lightning. It's the same story for Northwestern Energy. They're all working. At least 18,000 people are without power tonight. The company is asking for patience because it is going to take hours to get the power back on after tonight's wicked storm. Good evening. I am Jill Valley. The exceptionally fierce thunderstorm absolutely blasted through the Missoula Valley and beyond tonight, uprooting trees and power lines and starting dozens of small fires with winds that were gusting as high as 70 miles per hour at one point. Dennis Bragg starts our coverage. He was out in the middle of the thunderstorm as it pounded its way through the area, arriving even worse than what was forecast.
We've been warning the potential intensity of any developing storms for most of the day. But when a series of exceptionally strong cells began to develop over the southern Bitterroot in mid-afternoon, conditions quickly took a dangerous turn. The biggest concern going into the afternoon had been the potential for both thunder and lightning, but also strong outflow winds. And after roaring through the Bitterroot, the winds funneled through the north end of the valley, hitting the south end of Missoula full force, ripping out dozens of trees by the roots, knocking down hundreds of power lines, and starting dozens of fires. One of the largest fires raced up the hillside above I-90 at Airway Boulevard, sending Missoula Rural Fire and DNRC wildland fire crews racing to the scene. At first, the winds were so bad, firefighters couldn't tell what was dust and what was smoke as they gave chase up the hillside. Fortunately, a sudden onslaught of rain hit exactly at the right time, dousing the hillside and preventing any further threat to homes. Even after the main impact of the storm passed, emergency crews were kept scrambling, trying to keep up with all of the calls. Fire crews throughout the valley were absolutely swamped with calls of fires and downed lines. The response was complicated by the power outages, the level of phone calls, and even some problems with radios during the height of the storm. Yet despite the widespread debris, we didn't hear any reports of anyone being seriously injured. With neighborhoods littered with the aftermath of the storm, it could be a couple of days before all the mess is cleaned up and the damage estimated. And with more unsettled weather in the forecast the remainder of this week, the storm is probably a good catalyst to review all of your emergency planning. In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
7th Street West in Missoula is closed tonight from Gladys Drive to Hyberta Street because of the massive storm damage across that area. The neighborhood near Target Range experienced downed power lines, fallen trees, even a grass fire leading to the closure tonight. And as you can see, the storm created a land of destruction. People were unable to drive around the wreckage. They had to take alternative routes. Trees near daycares and the Big Sky softball field were ripped from the ground. Residents in the area explain things went from bad to worse quickly, and suddenly safety became a major concern.
It'd be a great night to just grab some coffee and sit on the patio and watch the storm. And out of nowhere, tree branches started flying. So got the kids back in the house, and in a matter of minutes, we had 2 power lines snap in front of our home, 3 big pine trees fall, and we've been without power and fires in the neighborhood.
The Missoula County Sheriff's Department is encouraging everyone to stay indoors and remain safe tonight, and to be aware that some traffic lights could be without power. Now, the storm first hit in the Bitterroot. Winds stronger than 60 miles per hour left many scrambling to clear debris in the aftermath. Several snapped and uprooted trees lined many roads in the Bitterroot in the wake of that severe thunderstorm that made its way across the region. Intense winds left many in the area without power as well, and the roof of at least one building was blown completely off. But thanks to the quick thinking of Corvallis man Lauren Carney, the roof of his garage was the only thing he lost to the wind. His wife was inside the building just moments before disaster struck.
And I ran over there real quick and just, she was still trying to hold that door, and I just said, let it go and get in the house. And so I just grabbed her and got her out as quick as I could.
He says damages to his garage pale in comparison to the close call his family experienced.